Hello there everybody, Gmod here, and welcome to the next project of the channel, Pokemon Platinum version. In my opinion, one of the most important Pokemon games in the entire series, not only because of what it did for, improving Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, but also, it's very special to me because Pokemon Diamond was the first ever Pokemon game that I actually owned myself, and this here is essentially the final version of it. The perfected version of it. The finely cooked version of it that's been left in the oven for just the right amount of time to become a pretty freaking cool Pokemon game overall. And also, in my opinion, the start of a wonderful era of Pokemon games on the DS. Because even though I like Diamond and Pearl, they definitely didn't age all that well. And if you ever played Platinum and then go back to Diamond and Pearl, you will definitely see what I'm talking about. Because Diamond and Pearl, it runs slower. There wasn't as many Pokemon. Some of the choices they made for Diamond and Pearl, like when it comes to like battles and whatnot, are a little bit weird. We'll talk about when we get to that point. But overall, Pokemon Platinum is definitely the improved Gen 4 Pokemon experience. And since we played Generation 1, 2, and 3, it only makes sense if we play Generation 4 now. And something else that should be noted here is that even though we played Pokemon Soul Silver on the channel, I am going to be making notes of things that are like basically brand new to Generation 4, because even though Heart Gold and Soul Silver are technically Generation 4 games, they're more remakes of a Generation 2 game, and this was the true introduction to Generation 4 in the Sinnoh region. So I'll be making note of things as I go along playing this game, and overall, I hope just have a good time and show you guys why Pokemon Platinum still holds up to this day as, in my opinion, a pretty fun Pokemon game. That's the main moral here. We're here to have some fun. We're here to talk about Pokemon. We all love Pokemon around here. We've played Pokemon plenty on the channel before. And I'm sure you people are very well informed what Pokemon is. I don't think I have to talk too much about what actually Pokemon is, because, it's Pokemon. That being said, though, it's about time to stop yapping. It's about time we set forth on another grand Pokemon adventure. Let's get to it, shall we? Welcome to Pokemon Platinum. Also, I just want to make a quick note before I actually click A. This title screen is the coolest thing ever. I love this title screen. It looks so freaking cool. With that being said, enough geeking out. Let's get to it, shall we? Hello there. It's so very nice to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. Oh my god, it's not Professor Oak. It's actually Rowan. My name is Rowan. However, everyone just calls me the Pokemon Professor. That must be very tiring, I'm not gonna lie to you. Before we go any further, is this your first adventure? He has not checked out my YouTube channel. No, it is not my first adventure, not at all. If you need advice, I'm certainly capable of giving it. So this here is basically your basic controls and whatnot, the general premise of what Pokemon games really are. However, we've played plenty before, and also I'm gonna be talking about it myself, so I'll save you a bit of a breath, old man. I think it'll be just fine. This world is well inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. Here, I have a Pokeball. Ooh, technology, it's on the bottom screen. Ooh. Touch the button in the middle of the Pokeball, if you please. I will do just that. Oh my god, it's a rabbit! We humans live alongside Pokemon as friends. At times we play together, and at other times, we work together. Some people use their Pokemon to battle and develop closer bonds with them. What do? I conduct research that we may learn more about Pokemon. I mean, it kind of makes sense, Pokemon Professor, studies Pokemon. I think it makes enough sense. Now, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? And here we go, folks, the iconic, are you a boy or are you a girl? Which one do we be today? I'm gonna be honest with you, when it comes to Pokemon games, depending on the generation or what game I'm playing, sometimes I think the girl design is just kind of better. Like, it's a lot more interesting, there's a lot more going on with it, it's a lot cooler. But when it comes to Pokemon Platinum's case, I actually quite like both of them. I think Dawn here, which is the canon name for, this character, and Lucas over here, I think they're both pretty cool. Especially in Platinum, because they got like a little bit of a, I wouldn't say a redesign, but a little bit of a revamp from their Diamond and Pearl versions. I'll put it on screen just as a comparison. But they look a lot cooler in this game, and honestly, I'm pretty cool with playing either of them. However, since I am in fact a boy, I think I'll go with the boy option this time around. Alright, so you're a boy. Yes. Tell me, what is your name? Well, if you must know. At this point, I'm sure most of you people on the channel know what my actual name is. My real name is... Go over here, it's a bit of a long name, just bear with me here. Sakane, the one and only. Back at it again in the Pokemon world. Your name is Zachary? No, I'm just kidding. Yes, it is. Okay, so you're Zachary, and you may be wondering why I put my name in all caps. I don't actually know. I just realized, the human names are not all capitalized in this game. Why did I do that? Oh, we're just gonna rock with it. Why not? It just means that whenever someone talks to me, they're gonna be screaming at me. A fine name that is. Now, this boy here, I believe he's your friend. I've never met him before in my life, but if you say so. What would his name be? Now, as you can see here, the names here are actually lowercase because unlike me, they're not a psychopath and their name is spelled out normally. And if you want the canon name for this character, his name is Barry. And honestly, I'm cool with Barry. We're just gonna go with Barry. Barry, is it? That's your friend's name? It sure is. Alright, Zachary, the time has come. Your very own tale of grand adventure is about to unfold. On your journey, you will meet countless Pokemon and people. I'm sure that along the way, you will discover many things, perhaps even about something about yourself. Now, go on, leap into the world of Pokemon. Alright, here we go, away we go! As a tiny man. And what a grand adventure we're on. We're starting our adventure off by watching TV. It's like the nothing changed from real life. Pokemon are by our side always. I hope you understand the meaning of those words. That was a call left by Professor Rowan, who has returned to Sinnoh from the Kanto region. Maybe he actually is related to Professor Oak. I was joking about that, but I don't know. Kanto brought up immediately? Kinda weird. That concludes our special program, Let's Ask Professor Rowan. Brought to you by Jubilife TV on Nationwide Net. See you next week, same time, same channel. Alrighty. Good for y'all. And as you can see, we have ourselves a nice, lovely little room here, and I can't lie, every single time I boot up Generation 4 and hear this theme, childhood bliss. Everyone's got their opening town theme from an RPG they remember from their childhood, but this is definitely one of mine. I love this song so much. That being said, we're not doing much good just standing around here. How about we get going on our adventure? Okay. That was fast. There you are. Hey, Zachary! I'm sorry, Zachary! Did you just see the TV? Sure you did. Professor Rowan's that really important guy who studies Pokemon, right? That means he must have lots and lots of Pokemon. So, if we ask him, I bet he'd give us some Pokemon. Oh, hey, is this a new PC? Where was I? Right, we were gonna go see Professor Rowan and get some Pokemon. I'll be waiting outside. Okay, Zachary? If you're late, I'm finding you 10 billion Pokedollars. I just started out here. I can't afford that. We better not be too late then. But before we go, how about we take a look around our room, shall we? Obviously, we have ourselves our nice little TV here. Mom bought this TV as a gift. Who knows, maybe we actually do have 10 million Pokedollars. This is a pretty nice TV, you know? I can't complain. And more importantly, we have ourselves a Nintendo Wii! We can get controlled by a Wii remote. We can play Smash Bros. Brawl. Very important. But, as you may be familiar with Pokemon games, usually checking out your PC box actually, yields some, a bit of a bonus gift. However, in this game, it does not. It's kind of just a tutorial, as you can see here. People who live alongside Pokemon in this world. The people that battle Pokemon are called Pokemon trainers. Thank you for the extremely useful advice that nobody knew ever. Anyways, not dilly-dallying. We got Barry waiting on us. Let's get going, shall we? And it's our mother. Zachary! I'm sorry, she's very cross with me. She's yelling my name. Zachary! Barry already left. I don't know what it was about, but he sure was in a hurry. I'm sorry. Don't hurt me, please. I do apologize for making you wait. The one thing I always point out every time I play a Pokemon game, but it happens in this game too, they kind of address it in later Pokemon games. Where does my mom sleep at night? I have a room upstairs. I have a bed. Where is the bed down here? I don't see anywhere where she can sleep. Does she sleep on a table? Does she sleep on the counter? Or maybe she sleeps in these cushions. I don't know. Whatever suits your, whatever floats your boat, lady. Here we are. It's a contest digest. The winner of today's normal rank tough contest is Dominic, who overwhelmed with his awesomely buffed Pokemon. That's all the time we have today. Let's meet again. Sounds, fascinating. Okay, enough screwing around. Let's actually go out for real this time. Oh yeah, Zachary, don't go into tall grass. Some Pokemon might attack you. It would be okay if you had your own Pokemon, but you don't. So, wow, way to rub it into the freaking wound. Well, take care, sweetie. Yeah, even she made that awkward. I'm gonna have a Pokemon someday. Just you wait. I'll show you. And here we are in the lovely town of Twin Leaf Town. And like I said, this town is nostalgia out the wazoo for me. I love this place. Technology just blows me away. I mean, now you can play with people around the world, wirelessly. Wait till he sees what happens in the future. We're gonna have Nintendo Switches soon, and like, holy moly. His mind's gonna be actually blown. That being said, though, we've kept Barry waiting a while. Let's go ahead and look around for him. And, spoiler alert, his house is right here. And case in point, thud. What was that about? Oh, hey, Zachary. Hey, I'm gonna go see Professor Rowan. You should come too, and quickly. Ah, jeez, I forgot something. That was, an amazing 2-second adventure from Barry, but, he's getting his, he knows what he's doing, I'm sure. Now, where might Barry be? Oh, hi, Zachary. Are you looking for Barry? He was gone for a second, but he came running right back home. You just can't sit still, that boy. I wonder who he takes after. I wonder indeed, because I don't think it's you. I better take my bag and journal too. Oh, hey, Zachary. I'm going on the road. It's a 10 million fine if you're late. Okay, okay, bye, I guess. We're gonna be, we're going bankrupt immediately. This is going to be awful. More importantly, though, he also has a Wii. Cool. Yo, Bear, I'm just saying, I play a mean Smash Bros. Bro, you know? We should hang out sometime. Although I'm pretty sure we do, considering the fact you're barging into my house and yelling you're gonna find me if I'm late. I think we're familiar with one another, at least to some degree. Now, before we go anywhere forward up here, I'll just do some control explaining for those who have not played Pokemon before. Obviously, you can move around with the D-pad or the gyro stick if you're playing on the fruitiest like I am. However, more importantly, the X menu actually opens up your menu. It's not the start button like you may be familiar with other, video games. X button has been the menu button for quite some time in Pokemon. That being said, before we do anything, I'm going to go over here to my options, and I'm immediately going to set our text speed to fast, because in this game, the speed is definitely not super fast, and I am not the most patient fella, so I highly recommend turning your text speed to fast. Unless you really want to go slow-mo and read like you're going through a case of diarrhea. But anyways, we're going to go fast. And the other thing I'm going to be looking over into here is this over here, the frame. Because look at this. You can change how your text box looks. Ooh, fancy. And honestly, I like the designs in this game a lot. They have a lot of good ones. This one looks a lot like it'd be in black and white of all things. But that game doesn't even exist yet when this game came out, which is kind of funny. I think for this playthrough, though, I think I'm gonna go with... I do like purple. Tell you what. I'll go with the checker design. I'll go black and white. Why not? Maybe it's foreshadowing for the future. Ooh, you never know. That being said, though, off we go to Route 201. Too slow! Alright, let's get moving to Professor Rowan's lab. What? Don't go on the tall grass, right? No worries, no problem. It doesn't matter if we don't have any Pokemon. Trust me on this one, I've got an idea. Now listen, you know how wild Pokemon jump out when you go into tall grass? So what you do is, you scoot over to the next patch of grass before any wild Pokemon can appear. We just keep dashing, we can get to Sanjin Town without running into any wild Pokemon. Okay, stick with me. Barry, this is a terrible idea. Barry, no, Barry, bad, no. Okay, here goes. On your marks, Barry, don't do it. Hold it! You've angered the wrath of an Ace Attorney character. Which, honestly, Professor Rowan looks like he could be an Ace Attorney character. I don't think I'm that wrong on that. You don't seem to have any Pokemon between you. Then what is the meaning of going into the tall grass? Hey, Zachary, this old guy. Don't say that next to him. It's Professor Rowan, isn't it? What's he doing here? They tried to go into tall grass because they wanted Pokemon. What to do? The world would surely change if they were to meet Pokemon. Is it right for me to put them on that path? You two. You truly love Pokemon, do you? I can't lie. I like Pokemon quite a bit, actually. Me too. I love Pokemon. I'll ask you once again. You two. You truly love Pokemon, do you? What? You can ask 100 times. Yeah, it's never gonna change. We'll answer yes 100 times. We love Pokemon. Right, Zachary? 100 seems like a lot. Okay, I did. Let's not screw this up. A pair of reckless kids who foolishly try to enter tall grass without Pokemon of their own? It worries me what people like that would do it for Pokemon. Well, I had nothing to do with this. This is all Barry's idea. I mean, yeah, I'll take the blame too. Well, then forget about me, but give a Pokemon to my friend here. I mean, it was me who tried to go into the tall grass and all. How big of you? Very well then, I will trust you two with Pokemon. I apologize for putting you through that exercise. However, you must promise me that you will never recklessly endanger yourselves again. Now then. Where did... Professor Rowan, you left your briefcase at the lake. Oh, there's something wrong here. Oh, that was Dawn talking? I thought that was Rowan. My bad. Very manly Dawn. Ah, there it is, Dawn. Nice work. What I was about to do was entrust these two with their own Pokemon. But pardon? Those Pokemon are hard to replace. Are you sure about giving them away? We exist side by side with Pokemon. There comes a time when people should meet Pokemon. There's a world that should be explored together. For them, today is that time. The place, right here. He's hyping this up like it's like some sort of like grand opening, but in reality, we're kind of just two random kids he just met, but honestly, I appreciate it. Go on, open the briefcase and choose a Pokemon. Really? Oh, Professor Rowan. I can't believe it. I'm so happy now I can't keep a straight face. Hey, Zachary, you get to choose first. Hey, I'm practically a grown-up. I have to show some class here. Yeah, I'm sure you have plenty of class. And, you know, this has all been too exciting for me. I think I gotta go home. What's up with you? Go open the briefcase and pick a Pokemon. Yeah, that's right. No matter what you do here, you're kind of forced to pick a Pokemon. But, you know, not that's not something really to complain about, you know? That being said, though, you know what time it is, folks. The time that every Pokemon game has you go through. It's time for us to pick our very first starter Pokemon. Look, these are Pokeballs. There's a Pokemon in each one. Now choose, which Pokemon will it be? And as some of you folks may have been aware, I have done a bit of votes, because what I like to do when it comes to playing these Pokemon games on my channel here is I like having it so that the general people watching my videos, or just, you know, participating with the channel, get to pick which starter Pokemon I pick for the journey, and whatever Pokemon gets picked, I usually build my team around that. And in this case, we have ourselves 3 choices of Pokemon. We have ourselves Turtwig, the tiny leaf Pokemon, aka the grass type for this game. We have the Chimp Pokemon Chimchar, the fire Pokemon. And finally, Piplup, the penguin Pokemon, the water Pokemon. It'd be a little weird if the penguin was, you know, the fire one, but hey, you never know. Pokemon's a weird world out there. That being said, all 3 of these Pokemon I like quite a bit. I like all 3 starters here. I think they're all pretty cool. However, I won't be going over super in-depth every single Pokemon that we're going to be, you know, coming across the entirety of the game. However, since these are our starter Pokemon, I think it's only fair that we talk about them a little bit more in depth, since they are in fact quite special. And since we're starting off with these 3 Pokemon, how about we go off with the middle Pokemon here starting off? Chimchar, the fire Pokemon. Now when it comes to Chimchar here being the fire starter, Chimchar is going to evolve into a very versatile, very fast Pokemon, as you might expect from it being, you know, a monkey. And interestingly enough, as it grows up and evolves, it actually has an attack and special attack stats that are equal to one another in value, both being 104. So it can honestly attack with any move in the entirety of the game, and this really lines up very well with Generation 4 Pokemon games, because this is again introduced to physical and special splits. And by the way, if I'm saying a bunch of words and it sounds very confusing to you, do not worry, I'll be going over this more in depth in the near future. However, since we're talking about the starter Pokemon here, and I have a feeling that most people who are going to be seeing this have played Pokemon before, I think I'll talk more specifically about the Pokemon here. And I'm not going to spoil exactly what happens to each of these Pokemon as they evolve. However, every single one of these Pokemon that evolves is going to get a secondary typing as it evolves. And in my opinion, the type that Chimchar gets, being Fire Fighting type, is pretty cool. Wait, I just spoiled it, didn't I? I just said I wasn't going to talk about what type it gets as it evolves, and I just said it out loud. Okay, you know what? Maybe it's for the best I talk about what type of Pokemon these guys evolve into in the long run, because that way you know which Pokemon you're going to be picking. But, yeah, overall, Chimchar is going to evolve into a mixed attacker that is very fast, is overall very reliable, and notoriously, the Sinnoh region that we're currently in is kind of lackluster when it comes to how many fire Pokemon there is to catch in the wild. It's definitely better in Platinum than it was in Diamond and Pearl, but, Chimchar is definitely not a bad one, and like I said before, I'm a big fan of all 3 of the starters, and I would highly recommend picking Chimchar if you're interested, because this Pokemon is pretty cool. Overall, very fast, frail attacker, but it's not a bad thing to be when, you know, you do it so well. Next up on our list, we have ourselves Piplup, the penguin Pokemon, also known as our water starter for the game. Piplup here is going to evolve into a Water and Steel type Pokemon as it evolves, and Water and Steel is a very freaking cool type combo. It is a very, very solid type combo, which only has 2 weaknesses to Electric and Grass. Actually, I didn't mean to say Grass. I meant to say it has 3 weaknesses meant to Electric, Fighting, and Ground thanks to its Steel typing. However, these types are very manageable, and Water Steel offers a lot of resistances in return, because Steel type is freaking fantastic against defensively, and Water typing is overall just a fantastic type as well. When it comes to the stats of Piplup as it evolves, it's an overall very well-rounded Pokemon. It's kind of on the slower side, however, it has overall very solid stats. It's a very well-rounded Pokemon. Coming in with 111 special attack, 101 special defense, and all of the other stats are in the 80s, except for speed, which is 60. Overall, a very well-rounded Pokemon, and overall, pretty solid choice. I like this Pokemon a lot as it evolves. I like Piplup a lot as well. And of course, if you've seen the Pokemon anime, you know Piplup's a little scamp, and people love it. So, can't go wrong. Piplup's pretty cool. And for our final Pokemon here, and my personal favorite of the 3 starters, Turtwig, the Tiny Leaf Pokemon, aka the Grass type, who is going to evolve into a Grass Ground type as it evolves, which makes it a pretty cool type combo. Grass Ground is a pretty rare typing, and Turtwig is one of the few of them that's actually going to be, you know, a Grass Ground type as it evolves. Now, when it comes to stats, as you might expect from a turtle, Turtwig is going to be very, very slow overall. It's the slowest out of the 3 starters by a decent margin. However, it makes up for this by having a great defense stat, great attack stat, good HP, and overall just very well-rounded stats. And again, if you get over its speed stat, not bad at all. Now, I will say, being a Grass-type Pokemon means it has a lot of weaknesses, but in return, you do get a very powerful Grass Ground type, and I'm not going to spoil why this ground type comes into such a very, you know, becomes very useful down the line. However, this thing is going to get access to a particular move down the line that is very powerful and very useful. So, overall, I'd say Turtwig is a very, you know, it might be a little bit tricky sometimes to use it because it has more weaknesses than, say, Fire or Water type, but overall, it'll definitely pay out in the long run. And like I said, it's my personal favorite of the 3 starters, so I'm totally okay with putting up with that. I like this Pokemon quite a bit, especially when it evolves. I'm not spoiling it, obviously, but its final evolution is possibly my favorite starter in the entire series. I love it a lot. So with all that out of the way, and like I said, if that was a little bit confusing to you, I apologize. It's the start of it's the start of an RPG. There's gonna be a lot to talk about, and as I play through the game, don't worry, I'm gonna be talking more about this. I'm just giving a general, quick, like, run through these 3 Pokemon that I'll explain all the, you know, the intricacies, or intricacies? I don't even know how to say the word. All the stuff you need to know about what I just mentioned down the line. But I wanted to get this out of the way quickly because, you know, we're picking our starter Pokemon. This is kind of an important moment in the game. So, that being said, like I said, I did 2 votes total for what Pokemon starter we were going to be going with. And I gave it a few days for the results to come in. And I can't lie. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out because, believe it or not, I guess y'all felt pretty, like, making me a happy man because, believe it or not, Turtwig was actually the starter of choice that won both the votes. Pretty cool. So that being said, welcome to our very first Pokemon in the Sinnoh region. Turtwig. And I choose you. I'm picking this Chimchar. Very well, both of you have chosen a good Pokemon, it seems. Now listen well. The Pokemon you have been entrusted with are unfamiliar with the world. In that regard, they're much like you. As fellow newcomers to the world, I hope you do well together. If you have any trouble, come see me at my lab in Sanjin Town. And now, we'll be on our way. Professor, wait for me, please! I'm sorry, please let me pass. I wasn't even in your way? Okay, sure. How do you like that? Professor Rowan's really nice. On TV, he seems so stern and scary. Oh, he's excited. Zachary, we both got Pokemon now. There's only one thing to do, right? Are you up for this? I'm feeling kind of tired. I did a lot of explaining just now, and nah, I'm just kidding. Let's do it. I've always wanted to say this. The time has finally come. Zachary, I challenge you to a battle. We knew it was coming. Our very first Pokemon battle in the Sinnoh region. Let's get it started. And Barry doing his amazing dance. I love that thing. I love that dance so much. So obviously, as you can imagine, if you played Pokemon before, whatever starter Pokemon Barry's gonna pick is gonna be the type advantage that beats yours. So if you pick Turtwig, he's gonna pick Chimchar because fire beats grass. If you pick Chimchar, he's gonna pick Piplup because water beats fire, and so on and so on. Pretty simple stuff if you played Pokemon before. That being said, though, you may be worried because Chimchar's a fire type and you only have your starter Pokemon, in my case, Turtwig, which is a grass type. However, at level 5, you do not have any super effective moves against each other. You just have an attacking move and tackle in my case, and withdraw, which is another move which is actually kind of unique to Turtwig because withdraw is not a super common move that you'll see every day. We'll talk more about these moves down the line. However, when it comes to this battle, I'll tell you how to do this battle. Very simply. Keep attacking, never stop attacking, and just keep on attacking. This battle, there's like no strategy to it. You just swing at the other guy. And there you go, Turtwig's first ever tackle. What the? That one hurt, yo. I mean, that's kind of the idea. I'm trying to win here, Barry. I know we're friends and all that, but I'm not going to lose my first battle here. You got to be insane to think I'm going to lose. There we go. 2 tackles down the road. And he keeps going for Leer, which is actually lowering my defense. We'll talk more about like all the stats later on, but basically he's just lowering my defense, which makes it so his attacks will do more damage to me if he chooses to attack. No way, we can keep this going. This is where we hit our stride. If you're actually going to hit me, maybe. Okay, there we go. Here comes Scratch. And doesn't do a whole lot, even though he's been lowering my defense. This is kind of why I was saying, just don't worry about your other moves. Just keep attacking and attacking, because if you keep attacking more than Barry does, you're basically guaranteed to win this fight. Although I can't lie, that actually did a lot of damage, that second Scratch. However, just like that, a couple tackles down, Chimchar goes down, and we've done it with a whopping, amazing 69 experience points. And our very first level up. Like I said, we'll talk more about this as we go on, but basically when you get enough experience points, you'll level up and you'll get boosts to your stats. And we'll talk more about all that stuff down the line. I'm not going to try and overload with information this first episode because it's the start of an RPG, there's a lot to talk about. But with that, we've been Barry. A good start, I'd say. Whew, let's go home. I'm beaten out of that battle, my Pokemon needs rest too. See ya, Zachary. That was an exciting, step outside the house for like 5 seconds. A lot happened. What's the matter, dear? Wow, that's what happened to you? You and Barry are lucky to have met Professor Rowan. Imagine if you didn't. I wouldn't like to think what the wild Pokemon had done to you two. Zachary, go see Professor Rowan and thank him properly for your Pokemon. His office in Sanjin Town, isn't it? Now you have your own Pokemon, the tall grass won't be so threatening. Probably a good piece of advice. Oh, I know, Zachary. Put these on. And thankfully, we finally get ourselves what's called the running shoes. This allows you to run around and move faster with the B button. Very handy. Going to Sanjin Town is like an adventure in itself, right? With those running shoes, you can get to faraway places much faster. Okay, let me read the instructions. Yes, they have instruction manuals for shoes in the world of Pokemon. Don't question it, just roll with it. But yeah, as they're saying, put on the running shoes and blaze new trails of adventure. Well, isn't that just nifty? You're dang right. And believe it or not, we can actually run indoors. Yeah! Although it is my own house, so I guess, you know, who's gonna yell at me for doing this except my mom. But she seems cool with it. And away we go. Look at us go. Whee! We can roll all over the place. Hooray! Running! What a beautiful thing this is. Now, before we go anywhere forward, how about we go over here back to our menu, once again with the X button, and go ahead and check out our brand new Pokemon here. Turtwig, our starter Pokemon. Isn't he just charming? He's so cute. I love Turtwig. There's a bunch of info you can check out over here. But like I said, we'll talk about this more in the next episode. I don't want to overload with information this first episode, but I want to show off that you can go ahead and check out your Pokemon now that you have one with the X button, like so. Like we said, off we go! And fancy meeting you here, once again. Too slow. Zachary, I'm sick of waiting. You didn't even tell me this time to come here. I'm gonna see Professor Rowan so I can thank him properly. So, I had this great idea. Listen up, okay? You know the lake where we always play at? You know how they say a legendary Pokemon lives there. You guessed it. Let's catch that Pokemon. That'll make Professor Rowan happy, I'm sure of it. Me and you together, we got nothing to fear. Now, we did get told to go to Sanjin Town, however, if you actually go and try going this way, yeah, Barry's gonna tell you the lake's not that way, so, we have to go this way. To the left, off we go. To Verity Lakefront. And I'm going to assume that since we're at the Verity Lakefront, apparently, and this, you know, sign says Lake Verity right ahead, we are probably in the right place. And apparently, this is the home of the being of emotion. It's because of this Pokemon that people can experience sorrow and joy. Pretty bored Pokemon, it sounds like. Let's go catch it. Alright, we're at the lake. Get ready, because we're catching a legendary Pokemon. Trust me on this one, it's here. It even says so on the sign. I just read the sign, so I can't confirm he's not lying. Hey, I'm gonna be quiet here for a second. Because, oh my god, the music here. Prepare for me to be quiet and appreciate the music a lot in this game. Pokemon has great music, and Gen 4 is absolutely no exception. The series rules in terms of music. What's going on? The flowing tide, the expanding space. I'll make it all mine one day. Cyrus is my name. Remember it. Until then, sleep with all you can. Legendary Pokemon with the lake bed. Yeah, I'm sure he's normal. Allow me to pass. Step aside. Okay then. What was that about? Weird guy. Okay, Zachary, let's catch a legendary Pokemon. Did you hear that, Zachary? That was legendary Pokemon crying. That had to be it. Okay, this is our chance. Let's catch it. Wait, what? We don't have anything on us. You know, Pokeballs? Po-O-K accent E balls? We don't have those. We can't catch Pokemon or take them around with us. Do you think Professor Rowan would give us some if we asked him? You know, like everybody said, don't you? He said to visit the lab if we needed anything. Okay, Zachary, I'll race you. First one to Professor Lab in Ascension Town rules. At least I'm not getting fined for money this time. So yeah, believe it or not, we can't really do anything here for the time being. However, we can appreciate, like I said, the good tunes, and also, if you wanted to, you can also run into Pokemon here in the tall grass. However, for the time being, I think we should go along with Barry's plan, and let's go visit the professor. Because we don't have any P-O-K accent E balls, as he put it. However, with that being said, though, our destination, as we know, is going through this way to go visit Professor Rowan in Sanjin Town, which is apparently over this way, and I think we've done enough for today to call this a wrap for now. So that being said, thank y'all for watching, hope you enjoy, and I hope you're looking forward to more Pokemon Platinum, because I certainly am. Like I said before, I like this game quite a bit, and if what I was yapping about before when it comes to all the Pokemon stuff was a little bit too much, don't worry, we'll be explaining it in due time. I just didn't want to overload this first episode with a ton of information, because, yeah, there's a lot to go through. It's the start of an RPG, and you know how it is with RPGs. Lots and lots to take in at first. However, it should be good times nonetheless. So that being said, thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and next time a Pokemon Platinum version, we'll be heading to the right, and making our way over here to Sanjin Town to go find Professor Rowan and hopefully get ourselves some Pokeballs, because we kind of gotta, we're gonna need them. Thank y'all for watching. I said that like 3 times now, but I really do mean it. And I'll see you guys next time.